everybody, this is Dragon Beak, and today I'll be going over with you my first speed paint video. Woo! Although it's more of a speed color video, because specifically we'll be going over the coloring process of my Bakura Dakimakura body pillow case. Yes, this was something I've been wanting to work on for a really long time, both the case and the video. The pillowcases themselves were pretty important to me because I've been wanting to make new body pillows for years. The first ones I made were in 2013, so I think that they were definitely due for an update. So yeah, let's start. Okay, so as you can see, I've already did my flats a while ago. That process isn't very exciting, so I didn't go ahead and record it. It's just a bunch of color picking, a lot of selecting. It's like the most boring part of the process. But anyway, what I normally do to start shading is I'll start with a hard brush and just kind of go in and fill in my shadows really roughly. We'll come back and clean them up later. This process, okay, the reason why I like going in with a hard brush first instead of going in with a soft brush is I feel like usually with the soft brushes, what happens is when you try to lay it down, you won't get like this consistent opacity. So we use the hard brush to get a consistent opacity first, which I think gives your shadows like a cleaner look instead of being all like weird transparencies. I guess that could probably work more if you want a more realistic rendering style, but as you've noticed, I generally, or at least I hope you have noticed, I generally use a more like graphic, cell shaded shading technique. Even when I do these more like painterly styles, I don't vary the actual values of my shadows that much. I mean, oh, okay, wait. Here I go. I have a soft brush now. And I am feathering out the edges. Yes. Yes, yes. Look at me go. Yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, yeah. I usually like starting with the hair and the face first. And it depends on how complicated hair is, but Bakura has like, woo, giant poops, so it's good stuff. I guess the one thing about this picture is because it is a front-facing image, shading the face actually isn't that hard, especially since he is an anime character. So there's not like lots going on there. Yeah, with Bakura, a lot of it has to do with working on his hair. Yep, lots of rotating. Oh yeah, I love rotating the canvas a lot, so you're gonna see that happen. I hope it's not too dizzying. But generally, the reason why I do that, and especially when I ink, which this is an inky video, but it makes it a lot easier to make those giant curves if you follow the natural curve of your arm, if that makes sense. Because, okay, like think of your arm as like one of those compasses you use in math class to draw like the giant circles. So you gotta like rotate your arm to draw the circle. Don't rotate your wrist. Arm. Always come from the arm. That gives you nice strong lines, and it also helps out with not hurting your wrist as much. Oh, and then after I do my base shadows, I go in with some, I finished already, but I go in with like those, fill in some darkers. I don't think I actually did that much with this one because I wanted the lighting to be very natural. So you don't really see a lot of intense darks in this one. It's more natural because it's a body pillow, so the idea is, oh, he's standing there with you, like in the room, I guess. You know, that sounds weird now that I say it, but okay, like the way you do your lighting obviously depends on the purpose of the illustration you're making. And this one, his purpose is to sit there, or stand there, and look cute. Like, hug me. Oh yeah, that's why he's in that pose too. He's like, hello, I'm here. You should hug me, because I'm so cute. And I'm gonna kill you. Wait, no I'm not. That's basically what that is. I wanted my pillows to look more like cute than your typical like, oh, I'm a sexy person, because, I don't know, that's just kind of how I felt about it. I guess that's just like a personal choice. I don't know, the sexy pillows kind of weird me out. Which I know is straight. I don't know, it's just like, why do my body pillows have to be sexy? They can just be cute companions. Of course I say that, but then I made my other one more kind of sexy. I don't know. I feel like it sort of failed because I didn't really get a lot of orders on that one. But people like this one. Anyway, so, oh, there I go. I really like working on hair a lot, so you're gonna see that happen. I actually I had to edit out so much footage where I'm just working on hair forever. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of that. Oh, okay, so wait, damn it, I moved away. But okay, so I was gonna say, one thing is usually I use one giant, uh, well, big layer for my character to uh, do all my shadows, but sometimes when you're holding like a prop or there's like a particular thing of layering, I will break it out. So if you noticed when the Millennium Ring part, I didn't actually shade the ring because that's a separate layer. So I'm going to shade that separately because it's so complicated. Oh yeah, shoes. Shoes were something I really want to make sure they looked good because I know it's one of those things where, similar to hands, artists can sometimes cheat them a lot and then they don't look great and then it's like one of the first things they call you out on. Oh my god, your shoes are crap. I will confess I'm actually not that great at drawing feet, not very confident at horseshoes, because most of the time I don't have to draw them since, well, okay, so like I work in storyboarding sometimes, yeah? And the things you draw most are like hands and the face, but a lot of time their feet get cropped out. So definitely have less experience points in the feet section. Oh, here I go. Making some darker shadows because legs are under the coat, so less light's gonna get down there. Super dark down there. Oh yeah, I also like to add a nice gradient that kind of goes over the character as sort of ambient shades. Oh yeah, it's starting to highlights. So I usually do highlights after I do the shading, which I guess I'm mostly done it by this point. There we go. Oh, I also started a hair again because, I don't know, super fun. I do like, I find this part like super satisfying. Just going in around the edges and just putting in your highlights, your strong highlights. Oh, look there, I redid it. Yeah, I do that a lot. I'll just redo what I just drew a million times. But I sped this up 500 times. So, wait, not 500. Sorry, 500%, which just means 5 times. But there I go. Zoom. It's just so satisfying. You're like, oh, instantly, there's more depth and it's shiny, and people like shiny, especially in anime. It's good stuff. Yes. Oh, yep. Sorry, I'm just like looking at myself doing these highlights, and it just seems kind of funny because it hardly looks different, but I don't know. At the time, it's like, whoa. There we go. Whee! Alright. Oh, yeah, highlights on wings now. Oh yeah, I don't think I showed this part, but I was struggling with those wings earlier, making sure they were dark enough to like look like bat wings, but not so dark that you couldn't see them pop up against his coat. The other thing is like when it comes to printing, you have to be a bit careful about using colors that are too dark because what ends up happening is, so on your monitor, everything is made out of light. Like that's how it works. Oh, wait, look, cheeks. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so you might have noticed if you've been following my art for a while, I've only started doing this like cheek highlighty thing about a year ago. That was something I was experimenting with. I was inspired by like this artist named Bara-chan because she always does like the cute highlights, and I was like, man, that looks super cute. Like I said earlier, I want this palette to look super cute, so. But I'm still not really used to it. Like you can see, I'm just fiddling with the highlights a million times. Oh yeah, I also love it when you do it under lips, but I guess I'm not really good at drawing lips. I kind of usually forget that that's something I want to do in the color stage, so I don't like draw great poofy lips in the line art stage. Oh, here I go with the hands. Yeah, massaging those shadows. Anyway, so what I was saying earlier about, oh, rim lighting. Rim lighting's good. Where's light coming from? I don't know. The ground, probably? I guess. But rim lighting's nice because it says, wow, I know how lighting works. But I really don't. But it just helps you look more cool. You're like, oh, look at me. I'm an artist who knows about rim lighting. That makes my art look awesome. And really, all it is like, when you have a shadow, just, erase a little bit out towards the edge, and it's like, oh, it just looks nice. It like kind of emphasizes, oh, yeah, ambient overlay layer set to 30%. Generally, my ambient layers are 30%, give or take. Turn it on and off, make sure I like it. I think I set it a little bit lower. All right, no? Oh, yep, okay. Oh, and you didn't see it, but there was this part where I did a Gaussian blur on the eyeballs to make them glowy. Add highlights. Yeah, highlights. Highlights I usually put on a layer above the line art so that it can go over to pupils. And I usually take a lot with this too. Oh yeah, more rim lights. Now see this? Like pink rim lights under your feet? Doesn't really make sense. Make it look nicer though. Here I was trying to put in. So sometimes in my rim layers, I'll try to use like an overlay layer, but it just won't show up. It won't show up because that coat is super dark. So I have to actually go in and erase some of that shadow like I was doing with the hands earlier for it to like actually show up. Like, oh, where's it coming from? I don't know. Okay, so secret, I actually... Oh, wait. Oh, cheeks! Yes, blush. Another technique I stole, or was inspired by other artists. Man, I am not that good at it yet. Like, see, I have a lot of hesitation. I don't really know where to put blush on my own face. Never wear makeup. Too lazy. Way too lazy for it. Don't care. Oh yeah, see, now I'm like, no, those little shinies were too big. Make them small. Otherwise he looks a little too chibi, you know? I guess he's got like a slightly more, like it's not a super chibi face, so those really big shinies are easy to pull off when you're chib. Anyway, trying to backtrack to what I want to say earlier. So with printing, you can't use colors that are too dark because printing isn't, wait, is it a subtractive or an additive process? Oh, oops, sorry about that. Okay, so the point is when you use inks and you add more inks, everything gets darker. When you use light, everything gets lighter. So with a screen, you're able to achieve more vibrant darks, I guess. But the thing is, once that transfers to ink, it's going to be like way darker than it looks on screen. So you got to be careful about that. Otherwise, everything's just going to come out like super, super dark and they'll be like no contrast and it sucks. You get an eye for it eventually. Oh, wait, so see? I'd save the Millennium Ring for last because it's this complicated piece of, you know, metallic metals. Metals are interesting. I admit that I still struggle with them a lot. But basically it's kind of like what I said before, except you treat everything with a little bit more, what's the word? Oh yeah, contrast. Because you have to like have, whoa, crazy rim lights and crazy shadows. When I say crazy, I just mean like the values should be more different than with the lighting parts. That's the other reason why I did these on a separate layer, because I wasn't going to use the same colors necessarily for, well, I guess I actually did. Now that I'm looking at my swatches, I think those are the same swatches, but you might notice that I'm using the dark purple a lot more than my light purple than I did with, sorry, I'm being a little sniffly, with the rest of the shadows, because you want to emphasize those dark parts and then emphasize the light parts a lot to make sure that your metal looks super shiny. Granted, again, it's something I struggle with, but I think I did pretty alright with this. One thing I actually do is I'll pull up pictures of like literal gold rings so I can kind of get a feel for how that shininess is supposed to happen. I guess you should also think about reflections. I don't know. Reflections are kind of for if you want your metal to look super reflective and metallic. Wow, that was redundant. But I imagine a Millennium Ring probably has a bit of a, since it's like 3,000 years old, or 5,000 if you listen to the dub, it's not going to be like as shiny as that nice chrome car you got driving down the street. So it's okay when there's no reflections in it. Oh yeah, here I am working on the metal doohickeys. Where's the light coming from? I don't know. But I tried to make sure that not each one looked exactly the same with the shading, just to kind of like give it some difference. Also, because the line art is actually the same. I'm not sure if you can notice that. But if you pay attention, I basically just cloned it 4 more times to get all 5 of those doohickey things there. Oh yeah, now we're working on the really high shines. Yeah, super shiny. Oh yeah, yeah. Another thing is it kind of helps you break that highlight up a bit because it kind of gives it a more natural look. But yeah, some ambient lighting. But see how I like did it in little dot layers, little dots. All right. Yeah, now I'm doing some really thin highlights. Okay, so I think we're almost done with that. Am I? Nope. Can't decide. Oh, there you go. A little bit more. A little bit more. Woohoo! Oh yeah, yeah. Working on cheeks. Adding some more little highlight hickeys. There we go. So cute. Looking adorable. Looking like, oh yeah, gotta adjust them. Make sure they're uh, a little more even. Oh yeah, can't decide. Do I like that highlight? I think I end up keeping it. Small, subtle highlights. And there we go. I think. Right? Okay. So here's the final piece. I added some more highlights later. I didn't record that. In fact, or I went back and worked on eyes more. It was like only an hour of touch-up, so I think at the time I thought it would only be like 20 minutes, so I didn't bother. But here we go. Final piece. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. I hope that was informative. Or something. I don't know. Thank you. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Boo 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 boo. Do 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 do.